second guest for the year, Eiden Ackland. Welcome, brother.
That's a great song, isn't it? Friction, good to me. My mates love that song. It's not very, I don't know if drum and bass is very popular amongst the rugby league crowd, but I'd say among my age demographics, it's really popular, and that song is just huge.
Yeah. As I said to you before, the drum and bass scene down in Christchurch used to be quite big, so it's good to mix it up a little bit. Francis came in hot with some, what did he have? Little Wheezy, so it's good to mix it up with a bit of drum and bass.
No, I love it. Drum and bass is huge. My mates actually, the Totara boys, shout out to them, they performed at R&V in front of like 6,000 people, and their drum and bass crew was unreal.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, did they play in a bar in town or anything like that as well, or do they just normally
No, so
do gigs?
They're like a drum and bass crew that from our school, like Sam Malloy and Pierre Sheridan. They're my mates. They basically just put up like a drum and bass crew together, and they make their own. Most of the time, they create their own sort of gigs, and they sell them out like 700 people like that, like straight away. And then at R&V, they basically was like, "Oh, do you guys want to perform at R&V?" They said, "Yeah." They got the 28th when there was no major acts, they're by themselves.
A couple of warm-up days.
Yeah, a couple of warm-up days, but everyone's there on the first day to get kind of up for it. And they performed at 8 o'clock at night, so it was like peak time, 6,000 people there to just watch them, so it was really cool.
And what year did you go to R&V?
I went, so that was last year, this last year that just came.
Yeah.
I went then, and then we flew up to Auckland to go to Northern Base as well, so it was 2 nights R&V, 2 nights Northern Base. Yeah, it's huge news.
Just a wee push the boat out session.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a tough 4 days. I'm not gonna lie.
I think R&V's been going since I was at uni, which is like 2006.
Yeah.
So I think I went in like 09 and 011, but I haven't been back since. So I have to go check out your mates on the old D&B.
Yeah. It's coming up, mate. D&B's coming up.
Maybe this year. No, we can't go overseas at the moment.
Yeah,
so.
they might be back on again.
Sweet, bro. Oh, we'll crack into a bit of semi-rugby league chat, and then obviously we've just come out of a bit of a nationwide lockdown. So, what were you up to during the lockdown? We'll start off there, and did you get a bit of training in, and what else did you get up to?
Lockdown was, so I live at home with my parents, and for people who know what John Ackland and Marie Ackland are like, it was tough for 4 weeks, I'll be honest. I went through some phases, some dark places.
Yeah, I think you messaged me halfway through asking for some DJ decks. I was like, what's going on here?
I went through some phases. I just bought a pair.
Shit,
so
sweet.
I'm still on that. But yeah, there was a time I messaged you. I messaged like 5 other people in this area, just being like, "Have you got a pair of decks that I can just use?" But yeah, got through the lockdown. It actually went quicker, sort of, than you remember. At the time, it felt real slow. I got my dad and me basically went out every day and did just general stuff. Is really different to anything I've ever done before, because usually you train twice a week and you play on Saturday. Yeah. It's like you want to kind of keep, on those off days, you really want to kind of keep your body minimal, and you don't want to put it under too much stress. But because I wasn't trying to tackle people who were 3 times my size every Saturday and every Tuesday and Thursday, it was kind of like I could actually just focus on my skills 6 days out of the week. Yeah. So I think
heaps of kicking. So we'll be seeing a few 40-20s at Albert this year, mate.
100%, mate. That's all I've been working on. Hopefully, I don't kick any out of the full. That'll be embarrassing.
It's handy having the old men there as well, I suppose, just to run you through and keep you honest.
He must have been so bored, is what I was thinking. Because he was just standing there, just watching me kick a ball. And there wasn't lines or anything. Like, it was just an open field. I'm just kicking this ball. And he has to stand there, and he can't kick it back. He can hardly move. He tries to wheel the ball back to me. Yeah. So, yeah, it was... Shout out to him.
It's good having a coach handy, though. Obviously, he's the coach of the Mount Albert Lions Prem's team this year. So, lucky enough to have him in your household, so that's pretty. That's
lucky,
a bonus.
Unlucky. League non-stop.
What else did you get up to outside of league? Did you get any TikTok videos in yet? There's a few boys throwing those out.
My friends watch this, they're gonna bring something up. So I had uni the whole time.
Oh yeah, true.
So I had to just keep up with uni. They chucked so much more work at us because we could work from home. So it's like basically no excuse. You know, you're not doing anything for 4 weeks. You just got to do uni work.
Yeah, true.
In terms of the TikToks, so my mate, I should say my best mate Preston Ricky, because he gets offended when I don't call him my best mate. My best mate Preston Ricky, he went through a phase of 2 weeks where he made TikToks, and
any good or?
Well, he's like 6'3", half caste Māori, built beautifully, like a genuinely good looking human being.
Yeah.
And so he kind of knew how to thirst trap a little bit. He knew top off to get some. But his TikToks, a couple of them were really funny, and a couple of them, just like the trends that were going on. But he made a couple of really good TikToks. Now, in terms of my TikToks,
Here we go.
I made one, and I was like, okay, this has never seen the light of day. No one is ever gonna see this TikTok, ever. And I had it on I was borrowing my mate's phone for a few months, and I factory reset the phone. This isn't an iPhone.
Sounds like a classic stitch up.
Yeah. This isn't an iPhone, by the way. There's a Huawei, the ones that China kind of spies on you with, these phones. So I got a new phone, and I was like, okay, I'll factory reset this phone. I'll give it back to my mate so he can't see anything that I've done. There's nothing, no evidence. I factory reset the phone, check over my messages, gone, my Facebook gone, Instagram gone, everything, and I mean everything was gone, except for the TikTok. And I wake up and we have like a group chat thread of, wake up, it's, having a good day. Then about 2 in the afternoon comes in, and the mate who I gave the phone back to sends a video in of my TikTok, and I went, oh my god, this is the worst.
Did he chuck it out in public, or did
No,
chuck
chucked it in our group chat.
Oh,
but I didn't even want my mates.
Could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. But they're threatening to leak it and stuff, so I've kind of swerved into it. If the public sees it, the public sees it. It's not very funny, I'll be honest. It's not a good TikTok.
We might have to just add it on the bottom of this video, mate.
That video's gone.
Just to keep the viewers entertained.
That's gone. Hopefully that video never sees the light of day.
Sweet. Oh yeah, I think most people had a crack at it. I can't say I did myself, but I was definitely tempted a few times. So.
Yeah, you go through phases throughout this lockdown. You really, you kind of, get to view yourself as a person differently, I guess.
Yeah. Find different hidden talents
that
you may or may not have, and have plenty of time to practice them as well. So.
Yeah, I had no talent at TikTok. Zero.
Sweet. Everyone had to find a way to entertain themselves. It was a bit of a out of it time, so I guess we all went through that. But it's good to be back out of lockdown, and also today, good day to have the rugby league back as well.
Incredible. Just been begging for some sport for months now. Any sort of sport. Been watching golf highlights non-stop now. It's actually gotten ridiculous. I can't overstate how happy I am to see sport back again. It's part of my life was missing.
Yeah, I think I watched every single grand final that was on Sky Sport during the lockdown. It was good. I seen like a few, that Balmain Raiders game when they came back in the last minute.
Is that the one where that bloke scores that incredible try?
Yeah.
He was wearing like number 24 or
something.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
23.
What was the bloke's name? It was like Paul something? I can't remember.
I don't know. They had traded him, so he was like on the... He was moving club at the end of the year, I think. He's a bit of an unsung hero, but yeah. Probably should have kept hold of him.
Yeah, that try was unbelievable.
They would have got him about 100 fantasy points.
That one. I
think he broke 6 tackles and dragged 2 over the line.
I don't know. It was he just took a hit up, and then next minute he's rolled over 4 people.
Yeah. So good to have league back tonight. Obviously as well, we'll just touch on the Mount Albert team. So obviously we know each other from pre-season this year, but you're a Mount Albert junior. So do you want to quickly just give a bit of a brief intro on that and how you're involved with Mount Albert, I guess?
Yeah. So basically, my whole family's been with Mount Albert since my granddad, my great uncle, might have even gone further than that to be honest, but as far as I know, it's my granddad and great uncle. My great uncle Ron, who played for the Kiwis and stuff. He was kind of like the Manawatu legend. But basically, they played their whole career, I guess. And then obviously my dad grew up, played at Manawatu.
Yeah.
So it's only natural that kind of I played for Manawatu. I played from when I would have been 4 when I started, maybe 5.
Yeah. When it was still legal to play when you were 4 years old?
Yeah.
Under 7s, was it?
No,
when you were 4?
I was under 6s.
Oh, yeah.
Under 6s, yeah. So I might have been 4 or 5, I can't remember. But played there just basically every year, kind of, going up. I played open weight from under 7s to under 10s, I think, and then I broke my collarbone. I broke my collarbone because a real big boy I tackled me, landed on it. And I still remember the pain to this day. It's such a sharp pain breaking a collarbone. And my mum didn't believe me at first. She didn't believe that I broke anything. And I said, I've broken something. And she goes, no, you didn't. And I said, yes, I did. Convinced her to take me to the doctor. Anyway, so from that day on, I didn't play open weight until under 20s Warriors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was a long road, but yeah, just played Manawatu all the way up until then, basically restricted grades.
Was your junior team pretty successful through the grades, or were you sort of were you carrying the team, or was it a bit of a
up and downs really?
Yeah.
So we had some years, because I don't know how other teams did it, but we usually had the same group of kids. Group of kids, and sometimes there'd be the older kids who would play the year up, and we'd follow them into this year up, and that year would always be hard. But then the next year when we could still play the same grade again, that would be the year that would kill everyone.
Okay.
But there was one team, and I still, to this day, I tell everyone this is the best restricted weight grade team that there's ever been. There hasn't been a better team. In my under 13, 14 restricted team, there was me, there was Rory Party,
Rory,
Malino Whinianganofo, who played Prems last year, played 20s, incredible.
That's the centre you were telling me about.
Yeah.
It's gone to Aussie, is it? Or
Nah, he stayed here. He stayed here now because of quarantine.
Okay, yep.
We had him, we had his cousin Dwayne Cavallo, who was a monster, and another bloke called Amani Rex Hipper, who was a freak. He got best player of all us, but the best player in the team was Nathan Cleary.
Oh yeah, that was actually on my list. I didn't send it to you, but I've seen that on one of the websites. That do you play? So what age groups did you play along with Nathan Cleary?
He played football, soccer. He played soccer up until he was 12. Up until he was 12, and his dad and my dad were at the Warriors together.
Yep.
Coaching. So me and him were always sort of friends, family friends.
Oh, sweet. Still stay in touch, or?
Saw him over New Year's.
Is he the one that taught you how to TikTok?
No.
He got.
We won't talk about that one.
He got caught. He got caught as well.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
No, he came up over New Year's, and we both went to Northern Base together and stuff.
Oh, sweet.
Not that we went together, we saw each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, that restricted team was incredible. We just destroyed everyone. We won the grand final by like 50 points, and no one could come near us.
All right.
So it's quite good.
Yeah, awesome. Sweet. And then so you've obviously played Prems. You play Prems now, but how many years have you been in the team for now? You were with Warriors and then came back, or did you play Prems before you went to Warriors 20s?
Nah. So I played Prems. I played my first Prem game when I was in second year of Warriors. So we had a bye week. Yeah, we had a bye week, I think, and played against Marist, and it's kind of a weird team to come and play your debut against because they're huge boys, and I was still 70 kilo and 18 years old, and everyone's like, well, this kid just came back from 20s Warriors, and I'm looking at everyone.
Got a big target on you.
Yeah, I'm looking at everyone going, oh my god, I don't want any of these blokes to run at me. But we ended up, kind of beating them pretty comfortably. And I played alright, but I played probably, when I was with the Warriors, I probably played 8 games of Fox. And then last year was my full full year. Was my first full year of playing complete Fox footy, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, so that was only your first full year, and then you went to you boys obviously made it to the GF in that year, so a pretty successful year as well. Did you put that down to, what do you put that down to, 2019 season? Because you guys weren't exactly tipped to sort of make it that far, but obviously had a pretty good run.
Yeah, so we lost like 6 or 7 senior players from the year before, Prems players, to various other clubs, and basically we restarted with a whole new team.
Yeah.
So a lot of young boys. We had Lani, who's, we don't know how old Lani is, to be honest. We actually don't know how old he is, but he's somewhere around the age range of 30, we think. We had Trent Wallace, who was...
Nothing wrong with 30, mate.
No. Well, we just don't know how old he is. He doesn't tell us.
Yeah.
And we have Trent Wallace, who was 28, and then Marcus Razor was about the same age.
Yeah.
And then from those guys onwards, we didn't have another bloke over the age of 24, I think. It was...
Wow, you're right.
Most of the boys were playing their first full year of Fox. So I think it was just like a mixture of... We all got along. Like, there wasn't... Everyone on the team really liked each other.
Yeah.
And I think that does go a really long way in terms of you wanting to play. You know, you turn up, you play off your mates every Saturday.
It's that team culture, eh? You obviously mentioned that you played with a few of those juniors as well, like Rory and Molino, were they in the team as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you guys had that bond from when you were younger as well, so that sort of just carries all the way through, doesn't it?
Yeah, there was like 8 or 9 of us who would all come up in the same junior grade teams together, all through Mount Albert. It was really cool. There's, you know, it's just all around. You see blokes who've been playing with for 10 years, and you know, you're kind of on, you know, the biggest stage in Auckland anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so that, I guess that team culture was built from the time you were 13, and you just put that through to premiers and added a couple of oldies in there, and bingo, you're in the GF.
They're all good. Well, the other thing is that the players that we had were all really good. Like, we all had really, really good players, and although it was a lot of their first years of Fox, like, they come with a lot of backstory behind them, I guess, where they've played higher levels of, whether it be rugby or higher levels of league somewhere else, you know. Yeah. So
How do you think the boys are going to go this year? Obviously, we just got the message the other day. Training's back on next week, and then the comp's obviously going to be a little bit shorter. Do you reckon that'll suit your guys' team, or how do you reckon this year's going to pan out?
Yeah, I think. Well, obviously, I think that we're going to win. I always think we're going to win.
Good. Got to have that confidence.
I think we're going to win every game. I think we haven't really lost many players from last year. We also got, you know, a few cup boys coming back, like 2 or 3. Yeah. So they'll be huge. They'll obviously be massive additions whenever you get sort of players like that coming back. And I think we're in for a really good year. The pre-season, you know how pre-season went. There was a lot of boys turning up, and tough.
So when I played league in Christchurch, the max amount of people would get pre-Christmas is 20 max.
Yeah.
You boys, it was impressive. I was down there dragging the chain, mate. There was about 40 odd down there before Christmas even, so pretty promising start. Yeah. And as old John Ackland says, that's where the season's built in the pre-season. So it was good to see. Yeah. So I reckon, based on what I saw as well, you boys will have a good year. I'll be down there definitely at the aftermatch. I don't know whether or not I'll end up playing many games, but see how the body holds up, mate. But it should be a good season. I'll be watching. Get down there and support. There you go.
You'll be playing, mate. You'll be playing. Don't talk like
that. So obviously Mount Albert, and then you mentioned you played a few years at the Warriors 20s. So I guess talk us through that, and then we'll start at your first game actually. What was it like getting the call up into the Warriors 20s squad?
Yeah, so I was like 17 when like all of this started with the Warriors. I was playing under 16, 17 restricted with Mount Albert, and then I went and played a game against Hibiscus Coast, and there was a bloke called Nigel Rattray, whose son I think was playing for Hibiscus Coast in the team that we were playing against, and like I played well and stuff, and then he he came up and, you know, he was kind of saying, I'll come to the open trial that 20s used to have. They used to have the big open trials for people under 18s to come and have a play.
Yeah.
I went and had a play and played well in that, and then Calvin Wright.
Oh yeah, he's the old we know, yeah.
Yeah.
Halfback.
Yeah.
Bit of a veteran down the Auckland scene.
Yeah, absolutely. He basically, him, Nigel, and I think Tony Ara kind of organised everything, and I ended up getting signed. I was 67 kilo. I was 67 kilo, and I was 17. I went through like that whole pre-season.
Yeah.
And basically they told me, oh, so you're too small, and you're too young, so we probably won't play you this year.
Yeah.
And I was happy with that. I was just happy to be there, to be honest.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
for sure.
I was like, yeah, that's completely fine. I understand. I'll try my best to bulk up and all this. And then
So by the end of the pre-season, did you put on any, stacked on any?
I put on 5 kilo, so I was 72. But like, I had really tried as well. Like I was having like 3 eggs in my smoothie. Like I was doing a lot and just like couldn't gain weight.
Yeah.
But yeah, so did the whole. But to be fair, our pre-season was we were training 5 times a week.
Yeah. So everything you were bringing in, you were pretty much burning off anyway.
Yeah. Just getting killed that whole time. And then.
Do you learn the Bethel's Beach?
No, not Bethel's Beach.
Experience?
Oh my god, we So there's this thing called Camp Hell, and I cannot overstate how bad of a time Camp Hell is. So at the end of the first half of pre-season, we trained from November to Christmas.
Yeah.
So so you have your last field training, and then you go on something called Camp Hell.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it's not nice. So we turn up to this place. It's by Piha. It's like a little lodge or whatever, and it's an army camp. And the guy who ran the army camp, a full blown nutcase. He was crazy. The things he was asking us to do were just crazy, and he was screaming at us for not doing it. And I just remember there was one point where we all had to do press ups and do the hold where you hold at the bottom.
Yeah.
And we're doing the hold at the bottom, and none of us, like, he made a rule that, like, no one's allowed to speak. No one's allowed to say anything, no one's allowed to groan, no one's allowed to do anything. So for 3 hours we were doing all of this in complete silence. It was the weirdest thing I've ever done. And we're down in the thing, and I remember having my mouth closed and me biting as hard as I can, and just like a little tear rolling down my eye. Just going, thinking, like, this is the worst moment of my life. This is it. But got through that. That was still to this day it haunts me. I had sand in my ears for like 3 weeks. But got through that, and then they told me, oh, you're not going to play this year and all this stuff, and yeah, sweet. Anyway, I'm in the university library, doing, I can't remember, some work, and it's round 2, and I get a call from Tony Aro who goes, oh yeah, you're travelling to Brisbane this week to play at Suncorp Stadium, and I was like in the library, so I can't freak out because there's kids all around.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I had to whisper to him. Yeah, I had to whisper to him, oh, thank you so much, you know. And he's going,
like, you should have just let it out.
Yeah, I know.
Block books flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Like.
And I had to come back and tell my mates in the library, and they're all like, oh, that's so cool. I was like, yeah. So yeah, went and travelled to Suncorp, and I'll never ever forget it. Never ever forget my debut. I've never been so nervous for anything in my life. We kicked off, and we kicked to my edge for some reason. Like, kick it the way that Aiden's he's 73 kilo. He can whack him. Anyway, they kick it over on my side. They kick it to Keegan Hipgrave.
Oh yeah. He's tight in the second row at the moment.
Yeah, he was built exactly like he is now, and he did the biggest wind up. And he saw me.
Just beelined it straight for you.
Yeah, saw me, and I was like, well.
Were you not going for who was in the second row next to you? What was?
No,
you wouldn't be going for the big second row.
I was standing at centre.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh hi, but I'm not like, I'm not a pussy. I'll get in there. Anyway, they kick it off to my side. I went, I can't believe they kicked it here. I was like, this is it. Keegan Hipgrave is sprinting, sees me, make his beeline for me, and I literally thought, well, my debut was good. I thought I was going to get knocked out. And just before he got to me, off of Hickey Ogden.
Oh yeah.
Came from next to me and just absolutely, yeah, and I was so happy. I've never been so happy that something like that happened in my life. And
did you go on third man into the tackle?
yeah,
and
of
get
course,
the
give
legs?
him a little facial. Come on, yeah. I wasn't doing anything. I was trying not to anger anyone in that game. And the other thing that I remember in that game was Jaden Sewer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did an early ball shift to him, probably 30 metres out from their line. I was stranded on an island and I look at Jaden Sewer and he sprints straight at me and he goes straight over the top of me and runs 70 metres and just gets caught before the line. Anyway, I get back there, I'm like, okay, I'll make up for him on the line. Anyway, the dummy half throws a dummy and just rolls straight over me again. So I got bumped off twice and they ended up scoring. So, but apart from that, it was fun.
Yeah. Oh, very stoked.
Yeah.
It's some of the best news you ever get as a young kid coming up through the grades, and then you fucking get the call from Tony Oro, mate. We've got a plane ticket for you. Just show up to the airport.
It was playing at Suncorp as well, so it was their first home game. It was their first home game to Brisbane. So at halftime, like when we came out at halftime, playing the second half, there was probably 8,000 people there, 9,000 people there. So it's like first time you play in front of a crowd, you're like,
that stadium in particular as well, because I mentioned to you before, I used to live in Brizzy, and as you go in, it's sort of like it's below ground level, so you walk into the stadium and then all the grandstands are down, which kind of creates like this big fucking amphitheatre kind of atmosphere in the crowd. It's buzzy. I went there I was there for the 2010 Four Nations Grand Final when Benji did that overhead foot pass. Yeah, and there was a whole lot of Aussies sitting behind us, and we just covered the whole lot of them. And we were all dressed up like once Warriors, and we threw our beers and just covered the whole crowd and piss at the end of it. It was good.
Had to be done.
Times.
That has to be done. You just have to.
Oh, they were giving us shit the whole time.
You just have to let them know.
This is all over it. This is all over.
You have to let them know sometimes. Bit obnoxious, those blokes.
Yeah. Oh no, awesome, man. And then so obviously you played your debut and then played the rest of that year out, or did you get the odd game here and there, or?
So I played that game. We just lost that Brisbane game, I think 14-8, and then we played the next game at Mount Smart, and I played that game, and we were versing Melbourne, and we beat them, and I got like my first try, and I was stoked, on TV and everything. On TV and everything, it was an absolute, it was an absolute gimme. Just gave me an offload over the line. Just fell over. It was
you would take it though. Take a meat pie any day of the week.
Absolutely. And then I didn't play. So Calvin came up and I was actually really sore after my 2 games because I was a small 17-year-old. Yeah. And he was
how much would you have weighed by that stage? Did you put on a few more, or are you still 70?
70. Yeah, 72 maybe. And I was 72 on a great day.
Yeah. And I was dripping wet.
Yeah, still I was still real young, and it's like when you're young you don't have anywhere near the amount of strength that you are. Like I think with age you actually just become
old man strength.
Yeah, you just become stronger. And I had none of that, and so I was really sore. And then Calvin came up to me and he was like, we won't play you. You still need to put on a bit of size so that you can actually kind of withstand the amount of contact that you're going to be going through every week.
Yeah.
And I was obviously that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll keep trying to do it, and then
But by that stage you had a taste, so that sort of makes you hungry to get back in the mix.
Exactly.
You train a bit harder as well, I suppose.
Exactly, and it's like, you kind of when you play a game and you're like, I actually can play with these guys. I'm not standing. It's not like I'm way worse than all these players.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you really want to get back in there. So so I was playing under 18s open for Manalba.
Oh yeah.
And then I got a call back. Sydney Roosters probably round 16, and I played every single game from that point.
Okay.
On. Yeah.
Sweet.
So
for the next 2.5 years, pretty much.
No.
Just for that season, and then
I played
back into it.
8 games in a row after that. So I played 10 games in my first season, I think.
Fuck, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good
for
effort. For someone that was written off in the preseason for being 67.
Yeah, they said you're not playing. I was like, well, I'll take 10 games.
Yeah. So 100. Yeah, sweet. Oh, I mean, and then so obviously Warriors 2017 too successful recently, but what was sort of your highlight year out of those 3, if you had to pick one? Was it that hard?
No, it's not. The first year was definitely the funnest. I have to say I was so the Junior Warriors before I joined them. for anyone who doesn't know, we're like the cream of the crop in the
Yeah,
Twins.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they were every year the
Oh, bro.
contenders, you know?
Yeah.
They were killing everyone.
Yeah.
And I was part of the I was part of the 3 worst teams in Junior Warriors history. So that's something that I can always hang my head on.
Yeah.
But out of all the 3 seasons, yeah, it would be the first season, just because it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm so excited to be here. And I had like Calvin, really should have appreciated him more.
Yeah.
Like he just knows so
Just
much.
a wealth of knowledge in
Yeah.
rugby league.
And
Yeah.
I didn't really. I should have talked to him more. And should have asked him more questions.
Yeah. Because he was sort of, I guess, if you're talking about being a bit of a smaller bodied half,
Yeah,
he was
he's
exactly
literally-
that, like his whole career.
Exactly.
Sort of thing. I don't know him well, but I remember that he was just sort of the general, directed a lot of forwards around, but was pretty slight himself as well.
The other thing,
didn't know all the tricks of the trade.
yeah, the other thing that he would do is that he was so meticulous in like his preparation.
Yeah.
So as a coach, he would watch the other team that were playing that weekend. He'd watch them over and over and over again. He'd pick out the players who their standout players. He'd be like, this is what they do. This is their strengths. This is where they're weak. He was that meticulous. I just wish I kind of asked him more questions on, you know, how do you kind of, what do you look for when you're watching players?
Yeah.
Like what is your process in figuring all of this out? And I just,
Yeah.
you know, like you said, he's a slight halfback, and I didn't ask him enough questions.
But when you're fucking 17, 18,
Yeah.
or, you know, that age, you're not thinking that in depth about, you know, you're just stoked to be there and you're a part of it, but yeah, you're not thinking, you're pretty still a kid pretty much.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you're not thinking that far ahead,
Yeah.
sort of thing, but
The other thing is that this is why like sort of not angry about it, but I was like disappointed in myself that I didn't kind of ask him more questions, is that I knew him like before.
Oh, really? Oh, okay,
Like,
yeah. So you were comfortable around
Yeah,
him.
I was comfortable around him, and I knew him before all this, and then it was like, oh, he became my coach, so I was like, you know,
Oh, yeah.
gotta get your head down,
Yeah.
work hard, blah, blah, blah. It's like I stopped talking, I actually
Yeah,
stopped
okay.
asking him questions, and then I should have asked him more questions. So the 3rd year, my last year was also really fun, but that 2nd year we were just getting pumped by 60 every game.
No, I've been there, mate. I've played those games. I think the record that we got put against us is about 88-4, so...
Oh really?
Yeah, for Papanui against the Lumakias and Christchurch, but we got a few back over them over the next few years, but
it's tit for tat.
swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one game in the 2nd year we played Cowboys in Kalen Ponga and Gideon Mosby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those two
The
were
try
playing.
scoring machine.
Yeah, those two were playing, and we had about 8 blokes out, and we weren't a strong team in the first place, and it's like, oh, we have 8 blokes out playing against Kalen Ponga and Gideon Mosby, and I was playing hooker, and I was really, really, really sick that whole week, so I was actually about 66 kilo going into that game because I'd lost all this weight from being sick, and I just remember Kalen Ponga ran at me, and I went to tackle him, and it was literally like I blinked and he was gone. He like stepped and I just ended up grabbing air. I looked around, he'd broken the line, and I was like, how did that happen? And Gideon Mosby off the scrum, he ran around. Have you talked to Mark Graham? Like from not the
MG.
MG,
Yeah. No, I haven't talked to him about that. No, but he's pretty quick, isn't he?
Yeah, he was
Was
a lot
he the
quicker.
Warriors 20 years
Yeah,
ago?
yeah. So
Okay,
he played
yeah.
that game. He played that game in in Townsville, and he was up against Gideon Mosby.
Yeah.
And he'll tell the story way funnier than me because he's a funny bloke. But he goes. It was off the scrum. Scores 70-10 at this point. Probably like 3 minutes ago. And they just give the ball to Gideon Mosby, and Gideon Mosby just runs straight around Mike Graham like it was under sixes. Mike Graham, yeah, he tells the story a lot funnier than me, but yeah.
Oh, we have to get him on.
Yeah,
Get him on. Tell the story.
He was just saying he couldn't believe how fast he was. He
Oh,
just clean
fuck,
ran
he makes
random.
role players look like that. Leaves them in the dust.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, he just
Yeah,
ran
he's
straight
freakish.
around him. But
What's happened to him? I think
I don't
has he
know.
just had a few off-field sort of
I have no clue.
issues like injuries or?
He played in Nines
Yeah.
like 2 years ago.
Couple
And he
of-
killed
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and he was it was strange.
I actually got no clue what he's up to. He was like touted real highly.
Mm.
Him and Kalen Ponga were like, oh, come out to the Cowboys, you know.
Yeah.
And then Kalen
And then-
Ponga went to Newcastle.
How did the Cowboys let him go? I guess they, yeah.
Newcastle were offering him like a lot of money.
Mm.
It's like, obviously looking back on it now, it's like, oh, the Knights made the best deal ever. Like they actually snagged this kid. But I guess when he's 18 and it's like, oh, is he really that good? Is he worth $500,000 a year without when he's played 3 NRL games? And turns out he's worth more.
Yeah. Well, I was reading that article the other day, and ever since he's sort of signed there, they haven't struggled to attract players anymore. So like since then they've signed Pearce, David Clemmer. You know, the list sort of just goes on, and now they can build a bit of a club around him. So, and he's just re-signed again, I think. Yeah. So,
however much money that guy wants, give it to him. He's going to be good for the next 8 years at least. He'll be one of the best at least. He's a freak, that kid, an absolute freak.
So in those Warriors teams, is there any players that went on, I guess, from there to kick on that are playing in the Warriors now?
There's a lot that are playing in the NRL. Playing in the Warriors. Chanel, Harrison.
Oh yeah, CHC, Scorpion kick. You seen that video?
That guy's, I tell him this all the time, he is the most eat-ass guy. He does the most eat-ass shit. It's like, that kick, he barely gets a spring to it.
Someone said, I posted that video on the page, and someone said, if you watch it closely and zoom in, he actually knocks it on. I was like, you can't take that away from him. Like,
it's the most, he used to do stuff like that all the time. Like, all the time. You'd just be like, that's so dry. Like, that. If I tried that, that's never coming off in 100 attempts for me.
Yeah.
But he's
Bro, he's been, is he left out of the team this week?
Yeah.
I think he's on the bench.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, they should be starting. I just can't wait till you see him do that in the NRL at some point, hopefully.
Oh, he's going to do something like that. Don't worry. He does.
He's got a few tricks, eh? Fuck, he can hit as well. How big was his couple of blindside shots?
Yeah, he's like real good at like knowing when to actually put knows when to actually give a guy a shot when he's least expects it. That one that he put on Trebojevic was a real good one. It was like, I didn't see him at all, and then Chanel gave him all he got, the big head rock. It was he's a really good player. It was him, Isaiah, Isaiah Papali.
Big reps on him as well, eh? Like he's a bit of a lead. He seems to be a bit of a leader. He was the captain in the Nines, and they've sort of earmarked him as a bit of a leader in the future. So
he trains unbelievably.
Yeah, I seen that. His mum is like a CrossFit champ for age or something.
She was like with the Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors women's, eh? Yeah.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, he's a good player as well. Joe Vuna.
Oh yeah.
He went on his Mormon.
Oh okay, yeah. Mormon mission now.
Yeah, Mormon mission. Yeah, he went on that. He played with us. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Joe. Offa Hickey Ogden was my first year. Manata.
Is he at the Cowboys now?
He's at Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Manata Nyakure, who's at the Eels.
He's starting tonight.
Yeah.
Who you got in that game? Eels or Bronx?
Eels are gonna give him a high. Okay. I might be wrong. This is gonna come out after the game as well. Eels give him a high. By 10 or something.
At least you won't be able to give away any tip or steer anyone miss any tips if it comes out after. I reckon it's even odds. It's even at the TAB as well. But the Broncos boys. One thing I was talking about with someone is you don't know how hard anyone's trained during lockdown.
Yeah.
You know, like they could have been playing video games the whole time and you wouldn't have a
100%.
clue. But if you look at the packs, I don't know them personally or anything, just take all that out of the equation. But guys like Pat Carrigan, Tom Flegler, like those real hard working dudes, I reckon they would have been training the house down during lockdown, but only time will tell, I guess. But if anything's going to get them home, I think Broncos home ground advantage, even though there's no fans.
Yeah.
And then
trouble, I guess.
maybe just their workhorse pack, especially I think Lodge might be included.
Yeah,
last minute.
Their pack's unbelievable.
Payne Haas, bro.
I played against him.
Oh, did you?
Oh my god.
Was he in that team?
We beat him. In the second year, we won 3 games. In the second year, we won 3 games out of 24, and one of the games we won was against the Broncos, and Payne Haas was playing, and the centre, what's his name?
Tony Staggs.
Yeah. Centre was playing as well.
He's a freak as well.
Yeah. Trying to tackle Payne Haas is like trying to tackle French, who's about 4 metres wide. You can't get anything.
I don't know if that's ever been done before where like he's basically the undisputed best prop in the NRL now, and he's only played 1 season in the NRL.
He's a freak. He's an actual freak.
80 minutes in the front row, like
Yeah.
just looks like he's breezing the park, eh?
He was training with the Warriors senior side 2017. So he wasn't signed or anything, but they got him in to have a couple of trainings and stuff, but obviously he chose to go to Brisbane. But I remember seeing him in the changing rooms going, "Who's that bloke?" And they're like, "Oh, he's 17 years old, 16 years old." And I was like, "What?"
Like he's probably got bigger since then too.
Yeah,
It looks like it.
yeah, he's a huge boy.
It's weird. Yeah, he's not like real. Well, you wouldn't. I guess he's just a freak of nature in terms of strength, but he's not like a real well built dude. He's just massive, eh? He's just a big human.
He moves so
Yeah.
well. You see that try he scored last year? I think it was to seal a game, or it might have been to win a game, but it was at least a seal a game where he just broke the line, ran straight around the fullback. It's like that. Him and Fafita.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. See, if Fafita was there, I'd definitely back the Broncos tonight. But he's out. But I reckon their pack's still got a bit of an edge on. But we'll go. We might watch it actually.
Yeah.
It's on in about an hour, so.
Sounds good.
Fuck, it's just good to have the footy back, eh?
So good. It's actually you genuinely feel like a piece of your life is missing when you don't have any sort of sport to watch.
I reckon actually we'll touch on that as well. How well have they done? I guess we're in New Zealand, in Auckland, and the rugby's not back on yet. But how well has league done to get the comp back up and running? I think when people said, "Oh no," Volandis said it would be back on the 28th of May, and everyone sort of scoffed it and like, "No way, mate."
Yeah.
And fuck, it's back.
He's,
how good?
He looks like an evil character. He looks like a villain, and this guy's ended up being a hero. But he looks straight up like a Disney character, evil villain.
They I was listening to. I'm just gonna say it anyway. I don't want to steal his material, but Dan Kemp talking about him the other day, and he was just saying he looks like a mafia character.
Yeah, he looks
and
really
like,
evil.
And then he was saying, "Did you see that?" And he was talking about so. Volandis is the head of the mafia, and then Tony Staggs is Uncle Tony, and he's like his hitman, and and he reckons he's been taking him to all the meetings and like getting it past all the government and stuff. The mafia's been like just like intimidating their way into getting the comp back on the road. So.
How does he say rugby league?
Rugby league.
Yeah.
Rugby league.
He's done an incredible job, eh? That bloke.
Oh, he came out of nowhere. Like, who knew who he was like 8 weeks ago?
Todd Greenberg.
Yes, there, mate.
Made him look like an absolute idiot.
Because I was thinking about it, and then like trying to compare it to sports that have actually got back on the road. There's fucking nothing. Rugby's not back for 2 weeks, isn't it? So, and then UFC's the only other one.
Yeah.
And the reason why Dana White's got it back, you know why? Because he's mates with Trump. So.
Yeah.
That's easy. That's an easy job.
Yeah.
It's not like Volandis is. Oh, maybe he is.
Dana White actually hit up the NRL. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's like, if you need help, I'm only one call away or something. It was like, what?
That's awesome. Yeah, because ESPN hit them up at the beginning. If they were going to keep rolling, they were going to screen the games because they had no live support.
Oh, really? Are they still keen to do it?
Now they got UFC. I'm not too sure. I haven't followed it since then.
They may as well. They know the sport. Get league out there.
Why not, eh? Why not?
People still think it's rugby though. But
Rugby
league.
Rugby league.
Peter Volandis, eh?
Yeah.
Evil character, but he's done a great job. I can't knock the bloke. He's done
an
incredible.
Oh yeah, that's who you're probably thinking of. That Incredible Me guy.
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me.
Yeah.
He looks.
Groom, is that his name? Groom. He looks like him. He looks so evil, man.
Fuck. Who cares, eh? Just check. Leave him in there, I reckon. Leave him as CEO of Rugby League.
People are saying he's like, oh, I'm only staying here to get the game back on its feet and then I'm going to leave. He's like a mercenary.
Not a chance. They'll throw the checkbook at him, no doubt.
I would too.
Yeah, because the other guy, there's a new CEO, you wouldn't even know his name. Because he's like a South African fella that sort of been sitting in the background, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, Todd Greenberg's looking really, really bad right now, I have to say.
Yeah, oh, he might go to rugby or something.
Yeah, rugby. Go to rugby, I don't care.
Sweet.
Let us keep Peter.
Yeah. What about, I guess, the NRL comp overall? Who do you think will look to take it out this year? I reckon it'll be one of the fitter teams. Just because of you basically, all of the preseason games you would have got are kind of a little bit forsaken now, I guess.
Yeah.
Been put on pause, so, and then straight back into league after 2 weeks training.
Yeah.
the more naturally fit teams I think will benefit a little bit more. But who's your pick for the overall season?
Like, I would really love, like, not that I really love, but it would be such a cool story if the Roosters took it out 3 years in a row. But losing Cooper Cronk is just...
Yeah. They haven't... Did they lose the first two? Roosters?
They might have split them, or they actually might have lost the first two, actually.
Yeah.
I think that Flanagan,
he's still building out.
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
still
really...
learning. He's still young, and it's
Yeah.
like how are you going to fill such an important role coming into his grand final team? But they still have
Teddy.
Tedesco, and it's like
Teddy's in my fantasy team this week.
Oh.
I subbed him in for Feeder because Feeder's out for 6 weeks. So.
I think he might be the best fullback ever. Like Billy
Oh.
Slater is like obviously, but I think probably when it's all said and done, depending on how everything pans out from here, he's just a winner. Tedesco, he's just a flat out
Everywhere
winner.
he goes, though.
Everywhere he goes, Blues, Roosters, just winning. They just win now. He's the passes where he gets it on the back door, and like if he just even feels for a slight second that winger coming to shut on him immediately, just fires a long ball and it hits the winger on the chest every time.
That's where he's improved big time,
Yeah.
over the last couple of years. His
It's
passing
automatic.
game, yeah.
It's automatic as well. Like as soon as he feels it, he just throws it and it hits him on the chest every single time. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that'll be hard to stop. Roosters will be top 4 definitely. I think Rabbitohs are looking good, but I don't know how. They've had a few off-field incidents, so we'll see how that goes. Fuck, mate, he gets a bad rap.
He gets absolutely shat on
He
all
hasn't
the
really
time.
done too much, really, when you look at it.
Has he done anything apart from breaking isolation? Like that?
But he was at his farm, so actually,
so they came
Edo
down.
Carr came to his farm. So
Right, but apart from
but yeah,
he hasn't
still
really
got
done
a responsibility.
anything. Has he done anything that's been like wrong in terms of?
I
his behaviour?
guess just bad management around his negotiations with the Roosters, but that's not
Mate,
right.
you got to do what's best for you.
Yeah,
Like, it's
and I think that's got to be put partly down to your manager, surely.
yeah.
It's his job
He gets
to.
such a
Yeah. Anyway, so hopefully, Rabbitohs, Roosters,
I-
Storm's always there.
Storm is literally going to be there for the next until Cameron Smith retires,
Yeah.
and then probably even still then. He'll probably coach and become the greatest coach of all time as well.
Oh, this probably adds another 100 games on for him because he's just rested the body up for 8 weeks. And have you seen the new beard on the kid? He puts mine to shame.
He puts mine straight. This is the amount of facial hair I can go. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but seriously, I'm pathetic. I'm 22 years old and can't grow a moustache and goatee, nothing.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. But yeah, Cameron Smith. I would really love if the Eels won as well. Like,
I would actually. Yeah, you'd throw them in the top. They'd be the fifth
Yeah.
team off the rank. Them and the Rabbitohs are about on the same sort of level. We put money on the Rabbitohs actually. Got them before they signed Latrell last year. I think we got them at like 18s.
How do you reckon he'll go at fullback, Latrell?
Nah, he had a game there, first game. Nah, he's just. I don't think he's.
His ball
Well,
work?
he's the best centre when he plays centre,
Yeah.
so why try to turn him into the 5th best
Sort of
fullback?
wants to be Greg Inglis, eh?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
But-
a little bit.
But yeah, he is definitely. He's such an animal. He was so.
Was he in the grade when you were in there?
So the Roosters game in the first year when I said like after I played 2 games and then I came back and played the last 8 games and the first game back was against the Roosters.
Yeah.
He was meant to play in that game against under 20s and it's like he had huge raps back then. He was going to be on my edge and I was just thinking, oh no, I have to mark Latrell Mitchell. They're just going to give him the ball the whole game and yada yada yada. And then I think like the day before he got boosted up to first grade. So I was like,
beauty.
oh, thank you so much. Trent Robinson, you're a great guy. I was loving him. But yeah, I think if I had to guess, it would be Storm.
Yeah.
That would be my
they're
pick.
due, eh? They win one every probably 3 years, so
Like clockwork, mate.
Yeah.
They have to win one.
I think I might go over this year. We went last year to
How
the
was it?
grand final. It's good. It's awesome. I just think it would be better if the stadium was closer to town. Because it's way out in Homebush and you got to catch a train out there.
Where was it last year? ANZ.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
out. It's probably like a 30-minute train ride or a
Yeah.
$85 Uber.
Yeah.
Um, but it's still an awesome experience. We actually stayed near the stadium this time just to soak up the environment during the day and then go straight to the game. But now that you can probably only go to Aussie now, I might just go over again.
I've been to 2 grand finals and they were both when my dad was coaching 20s. And they were both when he was in the grand final.
Oh yeah.
One of them he won and I got to do the the lap of
Oh,
honour with the
fuck
whole
yeah.
team with my dad when I was like 10, so that was real cool.
How good's that?
Yeah, that was really fun.
Oh, you come to another one, mate. We're starting to build a bit of a crew actually. We started off with 4 of us. And then
Yeah.
we got about 8 of us went last year. So
Let's throw some beer on
you're
some
welcome, mate.
Australians.
Yes, yes. Like, let's get.
I don't know how I'd go dressing up as a once warrior. It might be a bit offensive, but.
Oh, there was one white dude in the pub, wasn't there?
Was he the dude who gets knocked out?
Nah.
Oh, okay, I'll beat him.
Sweet. Fuck, we're at 50 minutes, so we've gone longish, pretty decent amount of time. So what do we got to go watch the game. Probably have another couple of beers. So unless there's anything else you want to cross off or talk about, then we'll probably try to wrap it up there. But think of anything? Any questions for me? It's not my podcast, but...
No, I've already asked you how much the setup costs.
Mate, you can use it any time.
I don't know about that.
I don't have any DJ decks, but you can use the
Actually,
podcast setup.
so I hit up Treat Wallace. asking the same question. I go...
Is he back now?
Oh, I think he's still
He
here.
must be, yeah.
Because
Oh,
he couldn't leave. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess he's still here. But I hit him up and his nickname's Boogie. So I go,
Yeah.
Boogie, have you got... Because I know that he would at least know someone who has some.
Yeah.
And I was like, have you got a DJ controller? And he goes, oh yeah, bro, yeah. And I was like, oh mean, because he lives just up the road, you know. I was like, oh
Yeah.
mean, bro, can I use it? He goes, oh yeah, is that my mate Gezzy's, bro? I was like, oh my. Why are you gonna get me? Why are you gonna get my hopes up? Why don't you just say yeah, bro? It's at my mate's. Why are you gonna go like yeah, bro? Like yeah, of course I do.
I was more interested in how he has a mate called Gearsies.
His mate's actual name is Gearsy. It is Gears. It's not like a nickname or anything. His genuine name is Gearsy. He's a great guy as well.
Ah, sweet.
He's hilarious.
Oh, it's good.
But
Sweet.
yeah, apart from that, nothing else. Cheers.
What
bro.
about any, put you on the spot here, you don't have to if you don't want to, but any Mad Monday stories that you can think of off the top?
I actually got a good one.
Okay, well, this is the Mad Monday podcast, so you might as well throw it out there and we can, if need be, edit it out later on.
Yeah. It's not rude or anything. It's actually just really funny, like a bizarre thing to happen.
Yeah.
So, in my first year of 20s, we had not like a Mad Monday. It was like had our last game, and we had like a club that one of the boys had organised just for us. It was a Sunday.
Yeah.
So like no one's out. No one's out. It was Sunday after. Sunday night. We had a club to ourselves. It was on K Road. I can't remember what the club was called. But
Is it
yeah,
that R&B one where
I can't remember.
what's the, I don't know what the official term for transsexual?
Oh, family bar. No. It wasn't family bar. No. I have been there before though. It's a different. Yeah, it's really really fun. Actually, it's actually a lot of fun. But yeah, we had this club. You know, set out for us. All us boys going. It's probably 20 of us, 25 of us in there. You know, drinks. All of us getting drinks. You know, getting a little bit. Had a few.
Letting a bit of steam off after the long season.
Yeah, had a few. Before I know it, I've had too many drinks, and so I don't know what's happening. But like when you're pissed, you're kind of just like chilling, and then all of a sudden, all these first grade blokes start rocking it. All the first grade Warriors dudes, and you got to remember, like a year before this, I was playing 16, 17 restricted at Mount Albert, and now I'm having a big piss up with the first grade Warriors team. And, yeah, so I'm like, oh, this is like, that was actually bizarre.
I've made it here.
I was like, this is bizarre. And then I remember I was chatting to, can't remember, but then Bodine Thompson, he goes, I think Bodine Thompson.
Yeah. Well, he's actually, so he's mates with a mate of ours. And we were trying to get him on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so Bodine, I'm like 18, I can't drink as much as I could now, and he goes, like, Aiden mate, have you met my friend? And I'm like, no, like, pull my hand out, shake his mate's hand, and Stan Walker's shaking my hand. He's like,
Stan Walker.
I'm like, oh, Stan Walker. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, hey, Stan. And I was like, talk to him for a little bit, and then I could kind of, not feeling very well. So I go into the bathroom and just plaster the bathroom with yak. I try to clean up as best I can. God, the towel was a sad sight, man. I was trying to clean up the vomit, and then eventually I just stood up, and then I was like, "All right, boys, see you later."
About here.
Yeah,
Time to exit the building.
Yeah, it was but that was really funny.
Stan Walker didn't see it, did he?
No, it was straight. I was like, I have to stop talking to Stan Walker.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
about to vomit on him. I have to leave.
That would have been probably a better song.
Yeah, that would have been like, wow, you ever vomited on Stan Walker?
Yeah.
That's,
Sweet.
That's probably the best one.
Sweet. Good man. Yeah, sweet. We'll finish it off there then. We'll get out of here and go watch some footy, I reckon.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Thanks. Appreciate it. It's been a long time in the pipeline, obviously, because pre-lockdown we tried to get you on, but didn't quite work out. But thanks very much, man, for coming on. And I'll do a bit of work behind the scenes and get it out.
Perfect.
Get the video and the audio out, and if you ever want me to come back on again, bring some of the Mount Albert boys.
I might have to bring Eiden Ackland on next time. He's
Yeah.
been begging to come on. He wants to talk fantasy.
Yeah.
He wants to talk fantasy.
I was thinking that, so I'll get him on as a we'll do a fantasy segment.
Yeah.
He's very well liked in the fantasy
No.
circles.
He's hated. He's despised. That no one likes him.
Even bro, funny story. Even my brother knew. He was like, I told him I was doing a podcast with you tonight, and I was like, "Oh, John Ackland's son," and then he's like, "Oh, is that the guy that everyone like towels up on the Rogues page?" And I was like, "Nah, the other brother." But yeah, we'll get Liam on, shout him out, get him on. He can talk about a turkey around fantasy. That'd be good.
Professional troller. He knows what he's doing on how to wind people up.
He even does it training.
Yeah. He's not doesn't stop talking. The bloke always gets injured.
Sweet, bro. Alright, we'll finish it up there, and we'll just finish off on your D&B song, eh?
Yeah.
Alright.
Good to me. What a
Thanks
check.
for listening. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.